Remember when we said at the start of this thing that we were actually going to look at our swing and improve and work on that? And then we kind of got sidetracked and did movie nights and stuff. Well, now we're going to kind of get back to the basics here and look at our swing. So, welcome to my last round of golf. Hi, hello, and welcome back, everybody, to my last round of golf. I am AJ Kummel, and I am here with my co-host,
Alec Dietz. Hi. How are you, friend?
What up, yo? How goes it, sir?
Oh, it goes. It goes. We actually can't really say much about golf stuff because we haven't been able to really play because the weather's been absolute jank. So.
Well, it's one of the downsides of living in the South is you get a lot of hot and cold fronts that come through, and if you do get to go out and swing, everything is going to be mats anyways at a driving range because of how much mud there is. Because we don't have actual dirt in Georgia.
No, we have clay.
No, we have clay that soaks up water and just sits there. So
what have we been doing?
So we've been doing a lot of hitting in the golf bay, hitting off mats again, hitting at the driving range, hitting off mats, but
complaining about it,
And it's just the toll that it takes on the hands is really the problem.
It hurts.
There. It hurts because you're always anticipating that bounce back, and it really affects the swing.
We don't like it.
But speaking of swing, we've been hitting in the backyard a lot, and you've given me some nice critiques on the swing. So It was time to, I call it adult up my golf swing. I have been playing since I was probably 10 or 11 years old, and I am now a 30-something-year-old man. So I have had a golf swing that has forever developed, and I think this is probably about the most control that I've had, and I'm just starting to gain the control too.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited of how much I've blossomed, I'll say, for just whatever metaphor I'm going for. I don't know.
Some weird caterpillar.
Just something.
You're in the weird first cocoon stage where you're still.
I'm a bad millennial and I'm blanking on which of the Pokemon that I should be saying
you're
right
here.
Caterpillar. There we go. Yeah, Caterpie.
Caterpillar, Jesus Christ. Caterpie.
Yeah, okay.
We're doing it. We're
getting there. We're representing our genres. Exactly. It's the...
We can't say it.
Electric mouse.
Yeah, electric mouse. We got it.
Okay, but anyways, I've had a lot of change, and what we've had to do is really look at I guess not what we had to do. It's what we were trying to do initially. It was looking at the distance that I was expecting to hit a club.
Correct.
Because I would say this should go.
And this whole argument, it's not even really an argument. This whole thing started with us hitting in the backyard, and you said, "Yeah, put me out on a hole." And I'm like, "Cool." Well, what do you want to swing? He's like, "I don't know. Put me out at 100." And what do you have in your hand? And I was like, "You have a 7-iron." Cool. Okay. How far should I go? He's like, "Oh, I don't know. It should go 150." I'm like, "Okay." And then you swing, and it goes 170. And you're like, that's strange. And then all of a sudden you go for 170, and then you go for 150, and you're very confused. And we have to go all the way back to the way that you swing, the way that you actually deliver the club face made you so inconsistent that whenever you said should be something, it was really, man, I hope it goes this way.
And that was where I was at with the swing, is every time I brought the golf club around, I just had to hope that my hands were in the right position.
It was not
healthy. Feeling the right position. I knew what it was, but I couldn't, and I think you asked a good question of can you feel what you did wrong? And I know what I did wrong. Just because I know ball flight mechanics and I've watched golf balls happen, I can tell you hands were open, I came across, whatever, I was coming across too much, but it was can you feel the muscle that was wrong? Was it the front of your arm? Was it the back of your arm? Was it a shoulder? Mm-hmm. Was it the chest? And it was no, I've never felt it. I know what to do to correct, but I don't feel it.
Yeah. I think we found that when talking to a lot of our friends or a lot of, people, just, people we play with or anything, is that there's definitely a spot in a person's golf, quote-unquote, trajectory, career, if you want to call it whatever you want to call it, okay? Journey. We're going to call it a journey, okay?
Abusive relationship.
Yep, abusive relationship. There comes a point where someone actually understands their yardages for what they are versus what they believe they should be and want them to be.
I think that's where I finally hit that realization moment. Mm-hmm. And I was talking with one of our friends about it, and it was, I don't know why I get angry at myself. I'm not that good.
Right.
And I have to like internalize that of like, you want a 7-iron to go 170. You don't need it to go 170.
No one needs it to
You
go
have an
170.
entire bag that can do this. You have just been told that you swing like John Daly ever since you were a high schooler. So you just think that you have to power everything through and use your weight to push the golf ball.
Whether it's people playing video games or watching a PGA Tour on TV or what have you, certain people just have these, oh, I should hit a 7-iron 160 because that's what every male adult
that's
does.
what Tiger Woods 2K. You can tell I don't
Correct.
play video games, but
You had it.
that-
You had it at
that
Tiger
real?
Woods 2K. You know.
Okay.
You
But
got
okay, so speaking of golf swings and stuff, I have made a horrible 12-minute compilation
Mm-hmm.
of a whole bunch of my swings that we have done, and then we have like 1 to 2 videos of me like seeing the new swing. And when I say new swing, this is weight
Work in
distributed
progress.
even. Like trying to put both left and right foot. You'll see that I'm pretty heavy on the front foot in some of these swings, especially the early days, and working on a consistent follow through, not the gay little trot that I do after I hit in a lot of these. But hey, you know, sometimes it works. But okay.
And we were trying to capture more consistent, healthy numbers. So when we hit a 7-iron, it should go between 145, making up numbers, 145 to 150.
Yeah.
Instead of 150 to, if I hit it good, 170. You know what I mean? Like, we got to create more consistency.
I just want that accuracy if I know what's going to happen.
Correct.
But, okay, so this is going to suck, but away
This is,
we
oh
go.
God, I remember this whole, this is, oh God, a long time ago.
So
here.
yeah, we're definitely
Couple
going
months
to go...
ago, last Christmas, I guess.
Actually, yeah, I think this was shot last October.
There you go. Look at all that weight transfer. Just get it up out of there. Just,
And see, like...
that was actually not bad. We just keep it...
The irons I've
There
had
it
under
is.
control for
There it
a
is.
long time, though, because I use the little trainer, the like break the
wrist.
Yeah, the break the wrist thing, but it does it at the end of the club if you do it wrong. And I learned go to 90 degrees and smack an iron and you can control it. But as you watch here with this driver, boom!
I'm not
and
gonna lie. That the last one before this one, where you just instantly reach for another ball in the pocket, was such like me energy. I'm like, oh God, I'm on TV.
Did I cut out where I threw it down in anger too?
Probably, yeah.
And so this is me using that 3-wood, and you can see it skirt right above the cart path and roll. And I think I rolled out to the left, and I just left that hole here in shame of, nope, I'm gonna go hit another one.
We're
That's
gonna
why
go
I
do
left
this. Oh man.
Like some of these are
We haven't
just.
played Woodland Hills in a while though. I'm looking at this. Like,
I
sadness.
just the worst face, and that one ended up a good shot.
Yeah, and
Like-
see, the best part is that when everything clicked and worked, it was okay.
So should that like you're getting of what I would do there?
Oh, this
like,
please skip it, please. Hell yeah, hell
See,
yeah.
I think I've tried. This one actually ended up safe. You see me like put another ball down
goodness.
there. I found that ball. It was safe.
God.
It was.
I remember this
It was
day. This day
moist,
sucked.
but this was
Oh,
a cold
God.
day. And so. So you see, like, I'm dropping the chest, I'm really digging in the dirt, and I don't have a follow-through.
No, you don't. You just threw yourself at it.
I just
you look at
throw
yourself.
my chest at it.
And when it all connects, you hit little line drives, but...
And I, like, wrap it. The driver hasn't got a lot of height.
Oh.
Like, this one's a little bit fake in that height, because you can tell this is just the computer guessing that
Yes.
at the end of it. It
Yeah.
doesn't cut up like that. Like,
Good.
that stayed low and
Now, here we go. We're getting a little bit different, but okay.
It's
You know,
I still have those shots, and
This is still last year. This is actually from City Club, yeah.
like, is this me... And, like... Am I yanking around
You
too
are
hard?
this is
Like,
this
am I
is way back in the
driving too
this is way
much?
back in the day where you're just trying to literally throw your weight at it and you're like just trying to get around and so afraid of following through because you're afraid of hurting your shoulder, which is stupid because you're actually going to hurt your shoulder more by doing this kind of thing and having to follow through. But,
Yeah, I can definitely feel it in the back now. Like, yeah, and you can tell, like, I don't actually bring the club all the way around
Nope.
behind the head. I stop it in some, like, weird Statue of Liberty pose. Like, who knows what I'm thinking there.
See, and like for shots like you know this like little 90-yard, that's okay. You know, it's not the end of the world. But
Anything like a 9-iron or below.
it's not great, but you know, it's not. I mean, if it works, it works. But you know, definitely on your long iron shots and your 7s, your whatever the hell this is, like you know, it's just
That's just a punch shot. I think I got through the trees there. I remember that
I
day.
hate this hole.
Like,
Hey, remember this one? Oh, almost hit a bird.
Don't kill the goose, don't kill the goose, don't kill the goose. Okay, good, I didn't kill the goose.
Yum.
Like, this is another one. I still have those of like...
Dude, look how low these are, man.
And that was a 27 degree 7 wood.
Now, this one wasn't exactly your
Like-
fault. That's way above your feet.
Well, and those are just part of the ones that we have to learn how to hit here is...
Where is this? Oh, this
Oh,
is
that's
Legacy.
Legacy.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is,
like,
gosh, this
so
is
now,
like
but
January
the
or something.
irons, I still have the follow through. I still
Yeah.
bring the foot forward. And that was something that I found worked. But I think the reason that I found that it worked is because it made my shoulders align.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me keep my shoulders together if I knew my chest had to turn.
Yeah.
And then I should just internalize, keep your chest together.
And these aren't the
Like-
worst shots ever. It's just your face is way open.
And the hands are off from the hips. Like, it's all
There it
kinds
goes
of
again.
timing issues.
I mean, we could slow it down, but you can see exactly where it's going to go right.
And that's why I put all of these embarrassing ones just back to back to back, because you're seeing just these same mechanics, and you'll see me have a good shot, and then you'll see me have a bad shot. Like,
Hey, I hate bunkers. Bunkers suck.
you gotta have like 3 times the power that you think you do, because the club's just going, yeah. But like, some of these are good. I'm still
fun.
not
Get up
on the trajectory that I need.
Hey,
But like another one,
there
it
she
just
goes.
was like a laser.
Now, this
stayed
is also
low,
a very cold
went
day
right.
so
Oh,
far.
this
I
was a
noticed.
freezing one. But like, okay, so this is one where we have a. But see, you can still see I'm like yanking with that front hand, and maybe it's I internalized that like your front hand should feel like you're throwing a frisbee. Maybe I internalized that too much as the
That one was
advice growing up.
Correctly. Yeah.
But still, like,
See, you get really steep and you shallow out, and then you end up just topping or hitting lasers. That one wasn't that bad because you're aimed up for the nice fade. That one was okay. Now here though,
I remember.
yeah,
hating.
that's right.
This
That's
is where the
wrong.
Audubon Nature Reserve is off to the
Yes,
right,
it
and
is.
that like
God, this hole
Yeah, like,
sucked.
this
I
one
lost
was
like
such a
2 or
rough.
3 golf balls off this tee box because it got in my head for some reason.
like,
Yeah, look
but-
at me over there looking for balls, just like nope.
So my back foot's not planted that entire time, and that's something that's definitely changed about my swing as well. Is how I distribute my weight, which I guess.
look how much weight you put on your front leg here. Like,
Well, and also look how much more weight I have as a person here, because when we get to the end of this, there's me that is like
good.
current weight. So
I'm more surprised you didn't seriously injure like your knee or your ankle or.
remember when I used to have to wear the knee brace and all that, and
Yes.
the ankle brace and all that? Like it was, my knee was not good for a while.
No. See, I didn't get to actually play with you on this day. This day I was in a separate group from you.
But like all of these swings, I'm not really pivoting on a back foot.
Correct.
Like I'm not turning. I'm just stepping
you're throwing your
forward
weight
with it.
forward. Yeah.
And I mean, being called John Daly is it has its things that you internalize, and you drink on the course because then you feel validated, so it's fine.
Now, see, that one was a nice little fade because you had pretty good contact though.
And that's where it should go that far. This club should do
That was
this.
off the toe though.
Like
Bye.
that one, I think I actually stayed out of the water. Yeah, I hit up. Like this was a fun day. This is a nice little course, but see, watch this. This one is the slow mo.
Oh goodness.
Okay, but like, look at the feet here.
So look at the feet. Look how much you turn, and then we just step straight on forward through
Oh
it.
my god, watching that in slow-mo hurts so much because I don't pivot, I don't turn, I don't
Nope.
use my core or my hips
Nope,
or
you
anything
just
below my
Throw
chest.
the arms at her.
And if my chest isn't perfectly level and perfectly correct, the ball doesn't go like it should.
Nope. That one wasn't actually that bad. Just went a little left.
I think this is better than any practice we've done on the driving range.
Oh
God,
gosh,
this
I missed this
hurts.
hole. I
Ooh.
missed this. I
Also,
was
there's a
talking about
very
this
heavy,
hole.
windy day. You can see how the trees are moving so much. That definitely kicked it right. My little hand going out of...
I was just telling somebody about this round the other day.
This was another one of those. I hit it fine, but notice, my foot was pivoted back behind me, like an actual swing, instead of following through.
Look at this swing, huh?
Notice this one.
Whoa.
I dropped it right behind the
That's
pin.
so strange.
Foot was staying in place.
Look at this, huh?
Working it a little bit better here.
Yeah,
So,
right? Yeah.
noticing a trend.
Don't like this hole either.
No, this one was a rough one. Like,
God,
this
this
is a
whole
par
course.
5, a
There
whole
you go,
weird
bridge.
layout.
Oh, I remember that shot.
Yeah, this is
Tick,
one
tick, tick,
that
tick, tick, tick. Plinko machine.
sometimes you get lucky and you get it in the woods. Hey, I think I made it out of this without
You did.
killing myself.
You
That's
did.
a 5-iron. Put it way back in your stance. That is every punch shot you ever need. That's why I want, like, I don't know if I want a 5 hybrid. Because I lose that punch club. And then Yep, right into the woods. But it didn't go into the woods. It actually stopped, so it's fine.
And this is your spot.
This is another one of like, okay, hands aren't coming across together. Like, I'm trying to keep down on the back foot, but I'm not really pushing off of it.
So you get so vertical and you just lift so hard.
It's hard being 6'4".
I get that.
Being a tall guy is
but you can
difficult.
use your leverage and pivot around correctly on the correct swing plane and use that leverage to get more speed.
One of the things that's also changed, and I don't even think I've changed it. Yeah, look how far down I'm gripped on that club.
Yes.
Like, look where my hand is. So I'm not using, at this point, my height to my advantage and getting more leverage around the ball. Because that is something that I...
Yeah, you love to choke up a lot.
Well,
a lot.
It was just something that gave me more control. Because, like, some of these shots were great. Like, I could put it on the green. We would be, like, a long birdie putt, but still made it. And then we have some of the hot garbage that is always on this hole.
That hole.
But,
that hole.
Right, and this one's at Fox Creek. This one actually ended up good. This was a great day.
Yeah, this is okay.
Like, and this is when we were working on, like, okay, let's actually... work on tempo and like not tempo of just like here's our game and we're gonna go swing and now we're gonna go swing. Tempo of like I take the club back, I bring the club forward. We're not pausing, we're not taking weird breaths, letting our muscles get cold. Some of these, I just had to put in because that was pretty.
That was a good one.
I'm getting the chipping better. I'm learning to just use the wrist.
And that's what we kind of talk about too, is that not only your full swings will better posture and stuff like that help, but obviously also on your chipping, on your putting, on whatever that was.
And that happens.
You used to just throw the weight at it, let it go, and man, I hope everything's lined up and let's get at it.
And some of those, when I'm stepping forward there, like those are the ones that go too far. They're just offline. Like this one. It's like, I just can't get it to the right spot.
Nope.
And then this, where I did step forward. Yeah. I did sky that one too.
You did sky. It went pretty long and straight, but it got sky up there. Yeah.
And then, I just had to leave this in here to brag about myself too, because this chip that barely made it over the top of this sand trap.
Oh, God, we were so scared.
It's just like, no. I
was like, where did it go?
And then it stopped right there. So.
And then here we go.
This is recent.
Oh, look at that.
And then still
the little
forward.
fall through. Still the little fall through. That's okay. That's okay.
But, like, I'm getting...
We're trying to get a little bit more consistent as far as, let's see, come on.
But, like, the club coming back, club coming up, going all the way around the top. Like, I'm actually following through, making sure my chest goes through the motions.
We're trying to be there.
I'm also trying to make sure that I don't tee the ball up too high. That's something I've else been trying to focus on, but that's just me and my golf game.
See, look at that swing right there. That's much better. Much
trying
more
to pivot on the back foot, trying to just sit there and hold it, and then I do that afterwards. But
angry. But then we have another moment here. We'll say, okay.
Like, all right. So
provisional.
This is what we call a provisional, just in case I can't find that one. Just in case the geese over there that I normally hit into and have to chip out of, because then you have to chip through those trees over there, and for some reason I can't hit the massive fairway, but I think I can hit through the cart path with trees on both sides. But whatever. Different philosophical question that we can get here.
Let's see here. Can we utilize this?
Slow down.
There we go.
Take your time. Like, take a couple breaths.
Better tempo. Come on.
Distribute the weight. Think of the tempo. Pivot. And I still step forward. But in that, I can see myself actually trying to pivot on that back foot. Like, I'm actually trying to move and change something, whereas before I was just like and moving forward with the chest, just not a care in the world, just dancing throughout the day.
And this is only after what, about like a week of actually trying to change things? Maybe a week,
like 2 at most. Of actually like going out and swinging at night and doing stuff. So I feel like I've come a long way.
We're getting there, especially. And what you don't see on this one swing is on your iron. I think it's better on your irons too, on like your 9 iron, your 8 iron. Like getting more height on those, being able to actually, stop on greens and trying to get it to more birdie chances, better birdie chances.
And that's really what it is now, of the new accuracy that I'm getting, where I have a little bit less left and right play, is now making it where of, okay, now I can hit a green, and now I'm becoming very frustrated because I'm not hitting the green close enough to have an actual birdie putt. Like, I have a 30-foot putt on this massive green that we have instead of having a 10-foot putt, which, I mean, really gets me into what I'm hoping to focus on this winter is my putting and my chipping.
Yeah.
Like, I can chip inside. I know I hate using the little foam golf balls and all that stuff, but
You can use them though.
take a wedge. I have a little mat and just get the little thing. I have a downstairs like garage area that I can sit and I can chip. You do that during the winter and work on just wrist motions, picking up the ball, placing it. Because I've had a couple chips recently where I've actually hit the pin. Hasn't gone in, but it still hit the pin, and that's so validating of like, oh, that's still 15 feet. That's 20 feet or so.
And that's something that if you get, if you do have some meaningful practice and find a tempo or a rhythm that works for you, and you can kind of translate it on course, can definitely affect scoring pretty quickly. Pretty quickly.
When I look at the average number of putts I take in my scoring app that I use, the Grint, it's actually pretty cool.
The Grint.
So it's 37 is the number of putts I take per round.
Yeah, I think I average like 33.
My goal is I would like that to be 32 by the end of next year. Like, I want to take 5 putts off my game, and I totally think that's doable because it's all about, like, for me, the way that I strike the ball and the way that I actually use the putter to move through instead of just like,
And proximity too. I mean, it's one thing. It's totally. It's great. It looks great on the scorecard. Doesn't care, but it looks great to other people if you had a wonderful 2-putt from a putt 64 feet away and a cool little 2-tapper. But on the scorecard, it doesn't care. It's still a 2-putt.
Yeah.
If you were 2 feet from the pin to begin with, it's only 1 putt.
And it's some of just that control to be able to not have the ball run across the green and go 10 yards when it lands. And those things that actually distributing weight, doing that is going to get it. Like,
yep.
So.
I think that's a worthwhile thing to work on. I think my focus for, I guess what you call the winter time, it's not, I think for the first time this year so far, it's actually going to be like high is under 50 degrees for the whole week.
Well,
and next week.
When it hits 40 degrees in the south is winter.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, look, man, it's very tough down here.
We get a snowpocalypse once every 5 years. It's like California gets El Nino once every 7 or something. So it's fine. It's just a normal weather event now. It's just a normal
weather event.
Snowpocalypse.
But I think my goal for this winter time is going to be to work on a more, I guess, consistent swing plane. Is I've got a couple of swing. Every time I go to swing, I always have a couple of swing thoughts. Do this. I wish I just had a very consistent, this is my stock swing plane. If something doesn't feel right, I know it's because something is different from this. You know what I mean? And
just building that, this is normal. This is normal.
Correct.
This is normal. Yeah, that's really, I think we've been playing golf long enough that's where we have to get to now and settle in. And then I'm going to hate myself because I'm going to become that old man that has this weird swing that doesn't match what you should do, but it works for you, so you don't change it, and that's your normal.
It works, man.
And you send your driver 220, 230 yards down the fairway, and you just look at the young guys like, why is this so hard for y'all?
Yeah, why is this so hard for you?
I'm going to be such an ass when I'm an old golfer playing as a single, going through and getting paired with people. I'm going to talk so much smack, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, sadly, it's kind of wintertime here now, so we have to go somewhere to play golf. Where do we go?
I was going to say we could go play, I want to play Sweetens Cove up near
Cove would be pretty cool.
Chattanooga, but it's also
it's also going to be kind of cold.
It's winter, we're going to go north, and we have to go south.
We could do Robert Trent Jones Trail, kind of more down through Alabama, going through, I don't know, obviously Florida is the easy choice.
That gets us, to Auburn and that area. Is that where that starts or so?
I have to look it up. I'm not too familiar with Mr. Robert Trent Jones.
I think so, or at least I remember seeing that driving on 85. So
that'd be pretty cool.
I know it goes through there. But, I really just need to get out, and I think consistency of being able to, let's play 18, let's play, let's play 18, but let's play 18 2 to 3 days in a row. Right. I don't know if I can handle 2 rounds of golf in a day yet. I am still a very overweight man.
Yeah, I don't know about how many days I like,
I get tired and sore, but having multiple days in a row to just okay, yesterday I fixed this, now this is normal, now let's go. That's fun. Hopefully we'll be able to do another one. I know we did one at the beginning of this last year around March or so, we will keep everybody up to date on that and see where we're going to go because we'll be excited. We'll have another cameraman to help us get better video too. Thank you, Steven. Shout out last time. Wonderful camera work. We'll have to have you join us again. But
until then.
I guess until next time.
No, not until then. Yeah, no, God, no. Until next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.